The instant her laughter drifted through the door, I knew it wasn't the warm, familiar sound I'd fallen for. No, this one was lighter, higher, almost practiced. The laugh of a woman still glowing from another man's presence. I sat motionless in the dim living room, the only light coming from the dull orange glow of the street lamp seeping through the blinds. My hands shook, not from fear, but from the weight of the decision I had already made. When Emma finally pushed the door open, she didn't notice me right away. Her phone was in her hand, thumbs flying across the screen, lips curved in a smile. No doubt, finishing a conversation she never meant me to see. She set her purse on the table, humming softly, a tune I didn't recognize. And then she saw it. The living room was stripped bare. The photos of us were gone. The bookshelf that once held albums from our vacations, our wedding, our first home together, empty. Even the throw blanket she loved curling up with her Netflix nights had disappeared. Her smile faltered. "Michael?" I stepped from the shadows, my voice steady even as my chest felt like it was breaking apart. "You're back." She startled, then forced a laugh. "You scared me. Why are you sitting in the dark?" I didn't answer. I let the silence settle between us, heavy and suffocating. I wanted her to feel it. The emptiness she'd carved into me now mirrored by the barren walls around us. "Where's all our stuff?" she asked, her voice sharp, uneasy. "Our stuff?" I echoed, tasting the words like venom. "You mean my stuff? Because everything that was mine is gone." Her eyes widened, panic flickering. She tried to recover, her usual charm slipping into place. "Michael, what's going on? Did something happen?" I rose to my feet, the weight of endless sleepless nights pressing down. "You tell me, Emma. What happened tonight? Was dinner with your boss really that good?" The color drained from her face. She opened her mouth, closed it, scrambling for something believable. At last, she landed on the lie. "It was just dinner. We were discussing the Henderson account. That's all. You know how demanding he is." I almost laughed. Almost. Instead, I shook my head. Funny, bosses don't usually text their employees how beautiful they are, or say they wish the night didn't have to end. Her lips parted, but the lie fell apart before it left her tongue. She knew I'd seen it. I pulled out my phone and tossed it onto the table. The screen lit up with the messages I discovered days earlier. Flirty emojis, late-night confessions, promises of next time. Emma stared at it like it might explode. Her hand hovered, then dropped, as if touching it would make the betrayal too real. "Michael, it's not what you think," she whispered. My voice cracked, the calm I had clung to fracturing under the weight of my breaking heart. Don't insult me with that line. I've spent weeks convincing myself I was imagining things, that the late nights, the secret texts, the way you pulled away in bed, it was all in my head. But it wasn't, was it? She covered her face, shoulders trembling. I couldn't tell if it was guilt or fear of losing the comfort she had with me. "Say it," I demanded, my voice hard. At least have the decency to say it out loud. Her hands fell, eyes brimming with tears. I didn't mean for it to happen. I felt seen again, appreciated. You've been so busy with work, and I raised my hand, cutting her off. "Don't you dare twist this into my fault. I worked those hours for us, for the life we were building. I came home exhausted, but I never once stopped loving you, never once thought of someone else." Her lip quivered, and for a fleeting second, I saw the woman I married, the one who used to look at me like I was enough. But lately, that look had belonged to another man. And with that, the last fragile piece of hope inside me shattered. "That's why I erased myself," I said quietly. She frowned, confused. "What do you mean?" I gestured to the empty room. Every picture, every memory, every piece of me, I took it, because I refused to stay in a house where I've already been replaced. She staggered back like the words had hit her. "Michael, no. Please, we can fix this. It didn't mean anything. I swear it was just a mistake." "A mistake?" I let out a bitter laugh. "Forgetting to buy milk is a mistake. Burning dinner is a mistake. What you did was a choice." Repeatedly. And every time you chose him, you unchose me. She reached out, desperation etched across her face. Please don't leave. I'll end it. I'll block him, quit my job, whatever you want. Just don't throw us away. For a heartbeat, I almost wavered, because love doesn't vanish with betrayal. It lingers, raw and stubborn, long after trust is gone. But then I thought of those texts, the lies, the cologne that clung to her clothes when she came home late, and I knew love wasn't enough anymore. I didn't throw us away. I whispered. You did. Her knees buckled, and she collapsed onto the couch, face buried in her hands. Sobs ripped from her chest, but I couldn't comfort her. Not anymore. I walked to the door, where my suitcase was already waiting. I had packed while she was out. Each folded shirt had felt like bearing a piece of myself, but survival demanded it. Where will you go? She choked out. Somewhere I can remember who I am without you, I said. My hand lingered on the doorknob, chest tight, eyes burning. A part of me wanted her to fight for me, to fight the way I had fought for her in silence, in denial. In every late night I convinced myself she was still mine. But she only wept. So I opened the door and stepped into the night. The weeks that followed blurred together. Hollow mornings, sleepless nights. Friends tried to comfort me. You're better off. Her betrayal says more about her than you. But their words bounced off the walls I'd built around my heart. Because the truth was, I missed her. I missed the sound of her humming in the kitchen, the way her hand fit in mine, the quiet knowing that someone was waiting at home. Betrayal doesn't erase love. It poisons it, leaving you torn between longing for what was and fury for what it became. One evening, weeks later, an email came from her. I'm sorry, Michael. I see now what I lost. The house feels like a tomb without you. Every empty wall is a reminder I chose wrong. Please, if any part of you still loves me, come home. I stared at the words, my chest aching. A part of me wanted to forgive, to rush back, to glue the pieces together. But I knew better. Glass once shattered can be pieced back, but the cracks remain forever. So I typed my reply. You're right. The house is empty because I took myself out of it, and I'm not coming back. I hit send, closed a laptop, and for the first time in weeks, felt a flicker of peace. Not because the pain was gone, but because I had chosen myself. And maybe, just maybe, that was the beginning of healing.